Well, now that I've got this case DC running again, I want to try out this Eagle hitch on the back and see if I can put my 3-point blade on it without too much trouble. Somebody in the past did fabricate this big plate affair with a provision for a top link. That hole looks kind of small to me. We'll see if my pin will fit through there. But what I want to do is get the rear blade off the Ford 2N, and we'll try to put it on the case. Well, the pin does fit after all. That's good. So these Eagle Claw hitches, right now it's in the locked position, but if you pull this up, push it back, that opens it up and allows you to drop the implement pin right there, and then you pull it forward and lock it in. So the question was, does a 3-point implement work on an Eagle hitch tractor? And the answer is yes. However, in my opinion, it does not work well. I guess it would depend on the implement you're trying to attach to it, but let me show you a couple things here. The end of the Eagle hitches right there, they are touching this part of the blade apparatus, but it's not binding there, so you can raise the implement up and down without that being a problem. But the big problem here is the top link is just way too low. You can see how severe the angle is here, and there's almost no adjustment to it. Let me show you the top link on my Ford 960 here, and you can see I mean, it's not perfectly horizontal this way, but it's darn close to it, and you have all kinds of adjustment there. Now coming back to the case, and you can obviously see the difference. There's just night and day. The top link on the Ford 960 was more like this. And another thing here, these Eagle hitch arms are quite a bit shorter than a traditional 3-point lift arm. And you see the one on the Ford 2N there, how much longer it is. Let me actually get a measuring tape. Now about 32 inches. And these are about 26 inches. So that is 6 inches shorter. That's pretty significant. So because of the poor position of the top link and its severe angle and the lack of adjustability and the shorter arms, there's not a lot of travel to this thing. Right now it's lifted all the way up and it's only about 11 inches off the ground. So now I'm going to lower it all the way to the ground, and we're going to see what the angle is on the blade versus the ground. All right, that is all the way down, and you can see that the blade is tilted back a little bit more than perhaps we would want it to be. Well, I know these arms do come down quite a bit because I remember when the implement was not attached, they were just a little bit below the drawbar. So normally they would be down about there, and that would fix the orientation of the blade angle to the ground like this. But the top link is binding everything up because it's too long basically, and the angle isn't ideal either. So I think I will try to find a shorter top link that will allow the whole implement to sit more forward and give me more adjustability with the angle of the blade to the ground. So if you measure this top link right here, we're looking at about 20 inches adjusted all the way in. So maybe I can find one that's about, I don't know, 6 inches shorter. Maybe that'll do the trick. All right, I borrowed one of the vertical lift arms from my WD-45. You can see it's much shorter as it is right now, about 15.5 inches. So that's about 5 inches shorter than the other one as it is right now. So I'm gonna get the tractor started again, raise it up and down, and see where this settles out. I can already tell that the angle of the blade is much better than it was before. So this actually might work. This is only category 0, so if this does work as far as the length goes, I'll go ahead and order a category 1. Well, yeah, I think that's the ticket. Definitely needed a shorter top link. So again, the geometry is sort of thrown off because the lower arms are 6 inches shorter than the standard Ford type 3-point arms are, and the fact that the top link mount is so low in relation to the implement. But that is doing the job. I like the angle of the blade in relation to the ground. It's seems to be a good position for scraping. I can play around with the adjustments on the top link just a little bit more, but I've definitely got it in the ballpark, and I think this is gonna work. I'm gonna go ahead and order a beefier unit there, at least a category 1, and I think we'll be good to go. This tractor is so big and heavy, and it's got a decent amount of horsepower to it as well. So this is going to be a really nice tool to scrape our long driveway. Not this front area here, but the driveway that goes out that way towards the street. That's about 700 feet long out there. and I've got to scrape that a couple times a year. So I think the case is going to live outside. And the 2N will get to live indoors for the first time in my possession. She deserves it. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you on the next video. Take care.